Governor Dugard recently passed an abortion bill that is causing nationwide controversy.
South Dakota communities battle flooding.
And the USF campus is busy fighting off zombies.
All this and more coming up next on College Week.
From the Jeske Fine Arts Center on the campus of the University of Sioux Falls, this is College Week. With Alex Bainey, Michelle Jacobs, and sports with Brett Geese.
Good morning, I'm Alex Bainey.
And I'm Michelle Jacobs.
So Shelly, how was your spring break?
It was good till it started snowing halfway through.
What is the deal with all the snow?
I don't know.
It's spring. It's supposed to be no more snow.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Miami International Airport continues to face delays and cancellations due to a fuel tank fire. Airport officials say that the blaze was most likely caused by an electrical short. This impacted many students traveling back home from spring break. One group of USS students traveling from Belize was rerouted and delayed 2 days before returning back to campus. So far, over 400 flights have been canceled.
On Tuesday, March 22nd, Governor Dennis Dugard signed a bill that will require a 72-hour waiting period for women considering an abortion. During that time, they will meet with a counselor at a pregnancy help center. Planned Parenthood of Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, along with the American Civil Liberties Union, argued that it is seen as a violation of the Constitution and plan to file lawsuits. Pending the lawsuits, the law is set to take effect on July 1st.
After a winter full of heavy snowfall, homeowners all over South Dakota are being warned about flooding. Reporter Brandon Sandoval has more.
Flooding can have a devastating effect on families and communities alike. This year we had a few flood concerns, but Regan Smith, the emergency manager for the city of Sioux Falls, says that the city may be out of the danger zone.
It's looking very good for Sioux Falls. Again, the Skunk Creek Basin has emptied out early, and then the Big Sioux is crested here, at least the initial crest. We'll probably get a lower crest when the precipitation from Watertown makes its way downriver, but we're in good shape here.
Samantha Hill, the emergency services director for the American Red Cross, Sioux Empire chapter, says that the damage we could have seen is less because of residents being proactive.
A lot of the people that are flooding right now flooded in the fall, and so it's pretty fresh in their minds. So people have done an excellent job of preparing for this flood. They've taken great steps to sandbag their homes, move their belongings up. So we haven't had much to do because the community's really been taking care of themselves, and homeowners.
The Sioux Empire chapter of the Red Cross covers these counties, and Hill says that they are always looking for volunteers to assist in relief efforts.
The great thing about the Red Cross is that there's something for everybody, no matter what age you are. Even with Hurricane Katrina, the youngest person we sent down was 18, the oldest person was 77. And so there's always jobs for everybody. There's always something that needs to be done at the Red Cross. And so no matter what your skills or talents are or what you'd like to come learn, we can probably find a place for you.
For College Week, I'm Brandon Sandoval.
If you'd like to volunteer at the Red Cross, you can either call 336-2448 or visit their website, www.siouxempireredcross.org.
Zombies have taken over USF. Humans vs. Zombies is a giant campus-wide week-long game of tag that pits the undead against the still-living human population. Students participating can be seen running around campus with bandanas on their head, signifying that they are zombie, or on their arm representing humans. Visit hvz.com to find out which players are still human and which players have fallen to the undead population.
So Alex, did you decide to play in this game?
No, I didn't get into it on time, but it looks like it's a blast. Last night I was sitting in my dorm room. I look outside. There is 40 people just running around my dorm room. I'm like, this is just crazy what's going on.
Yeah. Coming up next, College Week staff will take a look into the results of the Sioux Falls Radiothon hosted to raise money to fight cancer.
Don't go away.
Academic excellence, inspired talent, Christian values, athletic champions. This is the University of Sioux Falls, proud to be with you the whole way.
Oh, this is the life. Heck yeah, what are you doing on the computer? We're in Mexico. I can't miss College Week. You just got the hots for that sports anchor, Seb Bettinger. Oh, I can only imagine how great it would be to meet him.
Cougars their second GPAC Conference Championship in the past 3.
You are so beautiful. To me.
Even when we're on spring break, all you can think about is College Week and that stupid anchor. A girl can dream, can't she?
While some students spent spring break on mission trips, volunteers of the Children's Miracle Network were busy at work making a difference here at home. USF's Eric Carlson has more on the story.
Every year, the Sanford Children's Hospital here in Sioux Falls, along with a few of the local radio stations, play host to an event that they hope will change lives. Program Director for the Children's Miracle Network and Cure Kids Cancer, Amy Sumner, explains more.
Radiothon really is a great opportunity for us to not only raise funds, but to raise awareness about Sanford Children's Hospital. Sanford Children's Hospital is the region's only Cure Kids Cancer hospital. And so what that really means is that we have a staff dedicated to raising funds and awareness for our local children's hospital. And Sanford Children's Hospital is the only children's oncology group hospital in the state. And so we really see the vast majority of children in this region that are battling cancer.
And although the 3-day event can be extremely busy, Sumner takes time to talk about volunteering and the career potential that it holds.
Well, I think that volunteering at an event here at Sanford Children's Hospital not only opens your eyes to different career opportunities, you're around the DJs and the folks that are with the radio station, so you're kind of seeing maybe the personalities for the first time, those on-air folks, because usually they're back at the studio. And so this gives you an opportunity to see radio at its finest. And then, there's a volunteer coordinator for our office, and there's 3 of us that do the fundraising for our office. So you can see how events are planned and the tremendous amount of detail that goes into pulling off a major event like a radiothon.
So with all the volunteers and hard work that goes into pulling off the radiothon, setting a goal and seeing numbers is something that Sumner is optimistic about.
Our goal, which that we have tucked away, of course, is to raise $1 more than we did last year, which was about $167,000 in 3 days. And so I think, honestly, that we're going to raise a lot more than that.
So how do university students fit into the picture? Well, Sumner has an answer for that as well.
In our office, we have had the opportunity to have a lot of interns. So if you're looking for an internship, maybe in mass communication, we've had social work, we've had business, we've had marketing interns. So lots of folks, because our job is fundraising, but it's also events like this. So there's event planning, and there's a lot of web work and writing, and obviously communication when we're on TV and on the radio.
And for all that hard work and hope, it's no wonder that all the volunteers of Radiothon make such a big impact in the lives of little ones with cancer. Reporting for USF College Week, I'm Eric Carlson.
USF graduate Stephanie Liston Holtrop has recently released her 3rd magazine here in Sioux Falls. She stopped by campus to talk more about her businesses.
First issue, Med, actually used to be called MD News, and I've had that for about 4 or 5 years. So when I recently took that over, my editor for MD News, which is now my editor for Med, formerly ran MD News, and we partnered it up, and she takes care of all the writing, and I take care of all the publishing and putting it all together and working with the community. On my second magazine, Hood, yes, a friend and I started it a year ago all by ourselves from the ground up. All the research, all the focus groups, all the collaboration of the printing, the pricing, laying it all out, finding a Hood panel appearance that we could ask for advice, setting up the Facebook page. And then the third one, Biz Now, just came out last month, and again was started from scratch. The research, the focus groups, meeting with new people, finding people who would be interested in being part of it, and lining up the photo shoots and everything like that.
Holtrop has some advice for students who are looking to be in the business field.
The big thing is networking. So if someone's going to give you the opportunity to go to any chamber event, any sales and marketing executives event, AdFed, Rotary, take them up, because that's the biggest thing. The Sioux Falls Chamber YPN, you can join that for $20 when you turn 21. So which is about your junior, senior year. So join it, go to all the networking events. So if you can get out there and network and meet lots of people, then you're going to actually help yourself up a level. Take on internships, even if it's not paid, because that real life experience is going to get you a lot farther than just working a job for minimum wage.
She also says it's not always easy running 3 magazines.
With Med, probably the biggest struggle was before, when it was used to be called MD News, we would send everything down to them and they would take care of all the billing and I would just get a check. One of the biggest struggles is I have to do all the invoicing now, and then I have to remind people to pay me, and if I don't, and they forget to pay, and then I have to get my people paid, the printers, the designers, the photographers. Then it kind of gets into an upward battle. So you're always constantly reminding people they need to pay you so you can pay your people. So that's one thing I've had a struggle, because it was something new I didn't know before and had to learn how to do it. Another struggle is just making sure you have the right people on your team, because no matter if your job's the designer, or your job's the editor, if your job's putting it all together, if your job's the advertising, you need a team to make it work. And if you don't have a team, then it's not gonna work.
You can find Hood at any local Hy-Vee or the Great Plains Zoo. Biz Now is also available in Java City.
The USF nursing program has really taken off in the last year. It's kind of remarkable, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the added nursing program has really helped with the school and brought it a lot of good publicity.
Definitely. In the fall of 2008, the University of Sioux Falls received a grant from the Department of Education to start a nursing program now. More than 2 years later, USF has over 90 students enrolled and 60 applicants for the program next year. With more on the story, here's Robert Bartell.
The Accelerated Nursing Program started in January 2010, which is a 15-month program for those with a bachelor's degree to become an RN. And now it has expanded to include a traditional 8-semester program. They also have in development a program for current nurses to earn their Bachelor's of Science degree. Dr. Barbara Valinga, the Director of Nursing, gave us this information. We started out with our first class of 20 students in January 2010. Now, we have a total of 91 students in the program, and this will likely increase to over 150 by next year. USF has approved hiring new faculty members, and other departments have provided some of the supporting courses we need by offering them more frequently. Junior Emma Mogan, who is taking the traditional nursing school route, says that she is confident that the job market will be open, and she explains why.
From what I've heard, nurses are needed, and we've learned in class that a lot of them are going to be retiring soon, and so there will be a large number needed, and there actually are not enough students in nursing school to fill the amount that will be leaving or retiring, from what we know.
With 90 students majoring in nursing at USF, and with 3 of the top 10 best jobs in America related to the medical field, they shouldn't have a problem finding a job. For College Week, I'm Robert Bartell.
Coming up next, Kayla Burnside sits down with Avian Sunrise drummer Paige Vanderwhite on Crosstalk.
From the Jeske Fine Arts Center on the campus of the University of Sioux Falls, this is College Week.
This is College Week. Yeah, you already know. Yo, the University of Sioux Falls is where it's at. This is College Week. College Week. Welcome everybody, yeah, I'm talking to y'all. So live in effect from the heart of Sioux Falls. There's a lot going on, we're just breaking it down. Ain't no playing around, you better be checking it out. Lights, camera, action, this is what happened. College Week news from the USF campus. Got the best of the best who will bring you the news. Don't forget the crosstalk with the one-on-one interviews. And of course the sports, you're gonna ask for more. You will never be bored, we got a lot in store. With worldwide news that's going on before you. We're here to inform you, don't say and warn you. So grab a snack and quickly grab a seat. You don't wanna miss how they use of College Week. The show will never flow without the media crew. And we do it for you, so you need to stay tuned. USF.
Good morning, welcome to another edition of Crosstalk. I'm Kayla Burnside. Today I have the privilege of interviewing Paige Vanderwhite, who is the drummer for the band Avian Sunrise. Thanks for joining us today, Paige.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about your band and what kind of music you guys play.
Avian Sunrise, we're a an ambient piano rock-based band. Brian and Corey, the piano and guitar player, are both 23. Matt and Bump, the guitarist, are both 22, and I'm 19.
Awesome. How did you get involved with the band Avian Sunrise, and how long have you been with them?
The band itself has been together for a little over 2 years. I just joined this past May. I knew them through the other band I played piano and sang for. I played a couple shows with them, and they knew through the grapevine that I also played drums. So when their other drummer decided to stop with the band and continue with grad school, they called me and they're like, do you want to jam and see how it goes? And it's been going ever since. So,
what has been your favorite part about drumming and traveling with the band?
Traveling with the band, I just love meeting new people and being able to share what I love to do and what I'm really passionate about to new people in every city. Being able to impact new people with just the positive music that we try to write.
What age group does your band usually attract?
For our shows, a lot of 16 to 25, that age group. It's funny though, the responses we get from the younger and the older crowd, whether it's like the 7-year-old little brother or the 65-year-old grandma, we get a lot of responses that way. And our music is licensed on a lot of MTV shows as well. And so on Wednesday night, one of our songs called "What You Deserve" was played on MTV's The Real World. So that was cool. A lot of the middle age group right now, I guess, is what's most responsive.
Have you been touring a lot, and where have you been, or where are you guys going to go in the future?
Yeah, we haven't been touring too much the past few months just because we've been so busy writing new music for our full-length album. We went to Baltimore, Maryland in February, and we were there the whole entire month and recorded a full-length album. And right now we're just getting ready to have the release at the end of the month. And just 2 weeks ago we went to Austin, Texas for a festival called South by Southwest. So there's this big music festival there, lots of bands, got to meet a lot of people in the music industry.
Is there a show coming up in Sioux Falls for people to see anytime or near Sioux Falls?
Yeah, April 27th we're playing at SDSU in Brookings. The 29th is our CD release show in Vermilion at Eagles Club. It's free, all ages. We haven't confirmed a Sioux Falls release date yet, but we'll keep everybody posted through our Facebook page and stuff when we confirm that.
Where can people listen to your music now?
Go to our Facebook, MySpace, Pure Volume. We have music posted at any of those.
Can people buy merchandise too online if they would like to?
Yep, we have a Big Cartel website that we sell hard copies of the CDs and T-shirts.
What has been your biggest surprise being in the band? Has anyone come up to you, like, just surprised you, said something to you, like, you guys are awesome, or I love you?
Yeah, I get a lot of interesting comments. Being a female drummer, that's not, part of the music world that people are as familiar with. So one show I was setting up my drums and I was sitting behind there ready to go, and some kid came on stage and he asked me, "Who's the drummer?" And I was like, well, that's me. It's just funny to see people's reactions, but everybody always has a lot of good things to say, and it's always fun to watch people's responses to our music.
What can people do to support your guys' band? What's the biggest thing people can do?
Honestly, just to go to shows. We really encourage people to try to do that, to listen to our music. If they like it, share it with their friends, because that's the way that bands can get anywhere these days, is having, sharing that with other people and just helping us by purchasing our music.
And what can people expect coming to an Avian Sunrise show?
Just a good evening of a lot of music. We try to incorporate a lot of visual stuff into our live set that you can't get from just listening to the CD. And so I really encourage people who enjoy our music and who haven't been to a show to come to one, because it adds a whole nother dynamic that you don't get anywhere else.
Well, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed talking to you today, and thanks for sharing a little bit about Avian Sunrise. That about wraps things up. Up next is sports with Brecky. Thanks for joining us.
Y'all thought I was doing just the Bieber remix. Nah, y'all know better than that. I'ma hit it up, son. Live in effect from the midst of it all. I stay busy killing cats and Michael Vick and these dogs. Like Jay-Z, your boy will be forever young. So I am perfect for the starting line for the Atlanta Hawks. You can't hold me, control me, restrain me, contain me. Jealousy, maybe. All you do is hate me, but you're the one who's lazy because you never did it. I'm putting on a clinic every time I spit it. Your girl wants to leave you. She wanna date me. She love the way I make her say, baby, I do it so nice, so please do not blame me, it's crazy. Let me explain how good the brain be, but I'll just let it be, and I'll just let it go. I'll keep you interested, I'll make you wanna know. I spit a nice flow, just call it genuine. Welterweight belt, best believe that I'm defending it. Just call me Icky, son, because my rap's sick. Your flow's painful, like cracked lips. There's only one solution, get the chapstick and get it like.
And now we'll hear from sports reporter Brett Geese.
So Brett, my bracket was terrible. It still is terrible. It's pretty much done. How's yours doing?
Oh, not good.
Not good? You didn't have VCU make it to the Final Four?
I had them lose in the first round.
Seems reasonable, though.
Exactly. Coming off a successful fall season of soccer, University of Sioux Falls men's and women's soccer team will take the field in the spring season. There are only 2 games scheduled so far for both the men's and women's team, but Director of Soccer Makonnen Afa is expected to add a few more. Spring season starts today with both teams taking on Waldorf College. The women's game will kick off at 1, with the men's game to follow out at the USF soccer field. The second game will be next Saturday against Northwestern College here in Sioux Falls, with the opening kickoff at 11 a.m. In other spring sporting news, the softball team was in action Wednesday night with a doubleheader against Briarcliff College. USF won both games, first one 9-1, and followed that with an 11-5 victory. They'll be in action again today against Midland University. Games are scheduled to start at 1 and at 3 out at Sherman Park. Stay caught up on all Cougar athletics. Go to www.usfcougars.com. That wraps up sports.
And now we'll kick it over to self-appointed bracketologists Sarah Benninger and Brett Geese. We weren't ready for that.
So Brett, how'd your bracket do?
Great joke, Sarah. This is the College Week March Madness review with your host, Brett Geese.
And I'm Sarah Bettinger. Today we're going to tell you all about how our predictions for the NCAA basketball tournament
were
absolutely failed.
Wrong, big time.
My initial projection was North Carolina against Kansas, and they both ended up losing on Sunday afternoon, so
yep.
That was when my bracket was officially busted.
Yes, mine was Kansas versus UConn, so I still have a chance. But when you have Butler losing in the first round and VCU losing in the first round, your bracket's not going to be too good.
And talking about those Final Four teams, out of the East and West region, you've got Kentucky and UConn. And then on the other regions, you've got Butler and VCU, the biggest surprise team. Yes. So what are your thoughts going forward, knowing what we know now?
I don't know. I think that East and West side is it'll be a great game. Yeah. All these games will be great. But with 2 coaching legends like Calipari and Calhoun, it'll be difficult. That'll be a chess match that I'll love to see, but I think UConn will take that one in the end. Mm-hmm. What do you think on the other side of the bracket?
I think on the other side, between VCU and Butler, if VCU shoots like they did against Kansas, they're going to be tough to beat. Yes. But I think Butler has the inside game, and I think they have the leadership in guard Shelvin Mack, plus the fact that they've been to the tournament before helps them out a lot. But I do like how VCU is playing right now. I think they've got a great outside game, and I think they've got a good chance to win.
So what are your overall national champion, what do you think?
I think national champion, I got to go with UConn. Like you said, they've got a Hall of Fame coach in Jim Calhoun, and they've got what I think is the best player in college basketball in Kemba Walker. And when you've got that kind of a combination, it's tough to beat no matter what you've done previous. They're hot right now. They're the hottest team in the country. I got to go with UConn.
You know, I'll have to agree. I think UConn's going to take it, but, you know, we can't be trusted. We can't be trusted with our terrible brackets. The national championship game will be on Monday. We think it's at 7:30, so tune into that on CBS.
And the Final Four is Saturday. Saturday evening, actually, and so you can catch all the games on CBS. Hope your bracket went better than ours did, and back to you in the studio.
See you later.
The university is getting a few new additions for next year.
A full bar will be installed in the cafeteria with sponsorship from Miller Brewing Company, and course offerings will expand to include classes as diverse as equestrian studies.
In addition, because of the shift to Division II, teams will be under more competition to compete, and losing seasons will not be tolerated. Any team that suffers a losing season, even the football team, will be cut from the program. April Fools.
We were so funny right there, Shelly.
Yeah, we were.
It's like such an awesome joke. All right.
And that wraps up another edition of USF College Week. I'm Michelle Jacobs.
And I'm Alex Bainey. Have a great day.